I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. Now I'm trying to get the hard body feed to work and everything. We're on air. It's in the spotlight with your girl Lisa, the Baltimore Paparazzi. And yeah, you know me. I never start on time, but I always get the job done. For some reason, my live is not connecting.
Is it a Wi-Fi connection or something?
Probably because like my shit's fine. This is YouTube.
Okay.
It's the hard body live feed that's not working right. I hate it. But yeah, so this week we have Skarr Akbar. And this is like I'm stuttering now. Cause I'm gonna tell you so I tell this story. I don't know if I've ever told you this story. But I remember the first time that I seen you in a club, in a spot. It was the Black Hole Club. I was like, oh my God, Skarr Akbar. You were like just cool, calm and collect. You just back in the back, you know, you was just chilling. You was just so cool, like, you know. And I was like, oh my God, that's Skarr. I had the same reaction the first time I met Comp too. Like I've met industry artists and I don't get that excited. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I cussed out Keith Murray.
I heard he deserved to be cussed out sometimes.
No, he pulled me on stage and he was pulling all the females on stage, and they Dirt Platoon brought me up to the VIP afterwards and was like, this is Lisa, she the Bora Paparazzi. And he was shaking my hand and I said, next time you pull me up on stage, I'm kicking your ass. And he was like, oh, she the Blockerazzi. But no, for real, like, because when I first came in this scene, I knew absolutely nobody. Okay. It wasn't like I had a cousin, a brother, a friend, nothing like that in the music scene. I was brought in from B.O.M.B. He hit me up on MySpace. I listened to his music, and through him, he basically like introduced me to the Baltimore music scene. So the only people that I did know was who I heard on the radio on 92Q, which, you know, at that time was Tim Trees, Paula Campbell, you were on air, Holy Shalom. You know, it was just a handful of people. So I don't know where I thought the you know, artists came from. They had to start from somewhere. So I through him I got to see who everybody was. So seeing you at you know, Black Hole, and you know, it was like, wow. And then like you were just like, you kind of stayed to, I'm a people watcher, so I watch people all the time.
I'm very antisocial.
Yeah.
Like I like to just chill. Right.
So like, and some people take that as like standoffish, like you're, you know, you know, you might think you're better than everybody else. But I talked to you, I don't know when I did, but we had a conversation, and not only through your music, but through that conversation, I seen that you were just somebody who, you were just you. Yeah. And, you know, you don't think you're above anybody, even though you do with producer battles. And,
well, competition is something else. But me as a human, I'm just, I don't really care much. Like I like to just chill. Right.
So like I said, like through that conversation that we had exchanged or whatever, I was like, oh, this dude is just like, yeah. Like me personally, I'm a fan of your music, but I'm a fan of you as a person.
That's cool.
I can't say that about everybody else. You know what I mean? Like I like people's music, but I just don't like them as a human being.
Yeah, well, I'm the same way.
You know, so when I had like we had discussed it when we were in the other building, and Skip was like, we need to get people in here, like we need like Skarr Akbar in here, Lisa, we need to interview him. And I was like, okay, not a problem. You know, I was like, not a problem. So when I hit you up, and I was like, you know, I was nervous about asking you because I know like you're busy, you got a family, you got life going on.
I do a lot, yeah.
You know, so that's why when I hit you, he was like, okay, no problem. I was like, yes. As soon as I posted it up that you were going to be here, Skip was like, I can't believe it. I was like, why?
Why? I'm not a person that really turn people down unless I'm doing something else. Like my time is very crazy, but like if you see you need me there, like okay, cool. I'm not a person that ever let people down. Either I don't believe in that. Like I like to be stand up. I'm a stand up guy. So if I tell you I'm gonna do something, I gotta do it. Right. Only thing that don't allow me to do it is if I'm messing with my kids or something else strenuous happens and I can't come.
That's why when you hit me and you said you were doing something, I said, that's fine. You know, basically whenever you could get here was fine with me. And I asked 3D, I said, should I start my show? Should I just wait? I mean, because my thing is, I know a lot of radio shows, they have the 2 hours like I do, and they will try to fit in as many people as they can. Right. I don't like that. Because to me...
How late am I?
You're not that late at all. You right on time for me.
Okay, so like I try to make it. I got on the highway. I came down. Like I'm all the way out close by Pennsylvania. So like I can't. I got on the highway. I can't.
But you know, like I like to be able to talk to somebody. Like I stopped calling these interviews a long time ago. The conversations between friends. Now I had to write some stuff down because I knew I was going to forget some stuff that I really wanted to touch on. So I had to do that. Because usually I just get in here, we just talk, we just have conversation, you know. And through that, you learn a lot about a person. And my show is called In the Spotlight for a reason. I put the spotlight on the person. I'm not on my YouTube. The camera is on you. It's not on me.
Oh, okay. Hello, world.
It's not on me because I don't want it to be on. It's not about me. It's about you. So, with all that being said, some of the things that I really wanted to talk about with you was your name.
What, Skarr?
Yes.
How I got it?
Yes, everything. How you got it? You know, is it significant in any kind of way? Like, because I like to know what a lot of people like with their stage names. I like to know where they came up with them because some of them are a little crazy.
Well, I could tell you this. I was a part. Well, I still am. No matter what nobody say, but it's a group called 50,000 Heads. We are a part of. We are the original rap group of Baltimore City. 50,000 Heads consists of E. Red, Thurston Howard III, Ray Luger, Low Key to God rest his soul. But like it was a lot of us. I was one of the youngest people. E. Red actually named me Skarr because I was a battle rapper and I used to fight a lot. I was a very violent person, so he actually named me Skarr. I never had a name. I just rapped. Right. So he named me Skarr. And the name Akbar came from me researching Islam. Okay. And you know, like, well, Akbar means great one. Kind of fitting. So you know, it just went together. Skarr Akbar, like it's just like, you know, and when you define what a scar is, a scar is something that is on your body forever. It just lasts forever. So like I feel like I'm just something great that's gonna last forever. And
I believe that because to me you have been a part of. That's why like in my status that I've written, to me you are a Baltimore legend. To me you are a legend. But you have been there from what I can tell the beginning. Yeah. You like. They don't care about doing their history either. Right. Like, so, I mean, New York cats, when they do their history, when they come to coming, they do their history on rap cats. Even if they are a couple ages above them, they still do their history and want to know what's what, because it's that popular. When it comes to Baltimore, they should always want to do their history because it didn't start here from nothing. Right. You know, like I came in 2006. I started going to shows 2008. So I seen a lot of things, but there were a lot of things that predated me. So, you know, I would hear conversations about certain people that no longer rapped, or, you know, certain people that did this and they used to be this, and, you know, and I'm like, yo, I started taking pictures because I didn't know anybody. But what I actually ended up doing was I ended up documenting the hip hop from 2008 up until now with my photographs, and didn't realize I was doing it.
Yeah, so you can tell a story through your visuals.
You know, I still don't know a lot of those people, but
still, if you could make a what do you say, like a portfolio book or a book that you could sell, like the history of Baltimore.
Shadid actually was on my show last year, and he was telling me about doing that too. He was like, you should do that, Lisa.
Yeah, so you put the pictures in there, you write a little story about that actual event, how you felt the person, but how you felt when you was there, and then who the fuck wouldn't buy it? I would buy it.
Right.
Because I wasn't there, so you probably got shit that I want to see, like, damn, that happened? You probably got
because like it was a Comp's album release party, I think, when he wore the chainmail. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of people, like...
the medieval
yes. Mm-hmm. He wore the chain, like, it was just the chainmail over top of his head, and, like, it was heavy, too. But, like, I've gotten to see this, you know, I've gotten to be a part of it, but a lot of these people don't know that, and, like, a lot of probably, well, I'm not going to say a lot of people, but some may not even know your history as far as all these projects you've put out.
Yeah,
because you have put out a lot of projects. Do you know how many projects you put out?
I think I want to say it's 26, but I don't know. Because I posted a joint, and people like, yo, that's not all of them.
Right.
Like, but I don't think I have the covers to all of them. Like, people still got cassette tapes of me.
Right.
So I don't know. Like, I don't think about it. Like, I work, put it out, and keep going. Like, I don't really hold on to the shit. Like, I be gone with it.
Right. That's how I feel about when I write stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, one day you said something to me, it was like about a year or so ago, and you were like, you wrote something, and I was like, when was that? And you were like, a couple days ago. I was like, well, shit, I don't know what that was. Because, like, I write stuff to get it off of here, and I'm done with it. Like, yeah, bye, and go on. You know, sometimes I gotta, like, I've had a conversation with somebody, and it's wearing on me because it's playing in my head.
You want to get it out.
So I gotta get it out. So I don't rap, I don't sing, so I just write and get it off of me and keep on going. So and some people don't understand that. They can't understand it. They say you shouldn't write this or that, but it's no different than you going through something and you put it in a song. You put it in
it's therapy.
Right.
But it's therapy. Like, you don't want that much. If it's negative or positive, no matter what it is, you don't want that much weighing on you.
Right.
So you just get it out.
So, Mr. Jack of all trades. I wrote down Jack of all trades because I've met you. You were Skarr Akbar. You know, you rap, you made songs. Then I find out you're a producer. Yeah. Then I find out you're a graphic design artist phenomenon. Like, you know, like, so, I mean, I know there's probably like a ton more in there. Daddy.
Yeah.
Because your kids are growing up so, it's like, it seems like just yesterday I looked at a picture of them and they were just little and now they're like grown. I was like,
yeah, my daughter having a birthday party tonight.
Oh.
It happens. But I do a lot of things, and it's just, I don't know, like I never read a manual or nothing on to do none of the things that I do. It's just like, I guess it's a passion for me. And all my skills came from being let down by people or not having the money to pay people to do it for me. So I taught myself.
Right.
But, you know, I direct. I mean, I video edit. I write treatments. I'm writing a book right now. And I'm in the process of trying to get this movie off. I got an ill movie in my head. Like, I do a lot of things, and I just do them. Like, I don't.
Oh, you forgot one.
What?
Actor.
Yeah. Yeah, I can act too.
Because let me tell you, I have watched The Wire on my phone just so I could screenshot you and be like, yo, I think like you and Buck Jones were both these are the two people that I knew were in The Wire. Yeah. I know there was a lot of other people. You were the two main ones.
That was my first time doing it. I didn't go down there to act. I went down there because the first season didn't actually play any Baltimore music, and I had a problem with that.
Right.
And so I went down there with a whole CD full of my music for them to put in there. Like, yo, this should be the soundtrack to the movie I'm shooting as part of Baltimore. I am Baltimore hip hop, so play this. But the first thing they heard was my voice, and they liked my voice. Right. So they asked me to read. I'm looking at them like, well, all right. Like, I really, like, it was shocking to me, but I was like, well, all right. I read it. Then they asked me to come back again and read it in front of all the directors and all the head honchos, and I read it, and I got the part. Yeah, but I didn't go down there to be an actor. Right.
So did you end up getting your? I know Mully. I think Mully got his music played on.
No, I never got my music played.
See, that's crazy.
It's cool, but the check from acting and the check from music is way different. Like, so I'm not tripping about it.
Right.
I ain't even tripping. I still get residual checks now. Like all these years.
Let me tell you, because every time I get a chance to watch it, I watch it. Because The Wire, I came in on the 3rd season. My husband was from D.C. and he was like, "You ain't never watched The Wire?" I was like, "No." He said, "How the fuck do you live in Baltimore and not watch The Wire?" And I was like, "I don't know." So I came in on the 3rd season. So then that was back when you couldn't just go, you didn't have a Fire Stick. You actually had to go and try to find it and download it and illegally and whatnot. But I went and had to go back and watch the 1st and the 2nd season. And then I became a real fan of it. Just like Power. I didn't watch Power until like the 4th season.
The Wire, when I look back at it, I got every season up to 5. And I watch it and I see where they went at with it. I see where they lacked at in it. But overall, it was pretty great. It was a great storytelling. Really great.
I do know a lot of the storylines that was in there was actually really happening. Like, I was just talking about this last night. When the police chief was telling, the commander or whatever was telling them, we need these numbers up. We need to get you. We need these numbers by any means necessary. At that same exact time that episode was playing, it was actually happening to a friend of mine who was a Baltimore City police officer. And he told them, he was like, I'm not, violating anybody's rights. Because if I get caught doing that, y'all are not going to back me. So I'm not doing it. So
they got quotas to meet. So when you get pulled over for any dumb shit or anything, like, and then they got quotas to meet.
Right.
That's a job. But hey. So
I'm going to tell you, I have a favorite song, but it's also my favorite video.
Jackpot.
Yes. You already know that's my favorite one.
That's a lot of people's favorite.
From the song itself to the beat of the whole vibe of the song. I'm getting goosebumps. I done listened to it like twice while sitting here.
No one knows the story about that though. You know, I was over Prophet's house. And I was playing him beats for a project he was working on. He brought like 6 beats from me. And he played me that actual sample from Jackpot. He played me that sample. I took that sample and went home and made the beat out of it. I'm not a flamboyant rapper, so I can't really rap about. Don't really rap about like money and girls and drugs. I don't do this shit. But I just came up with the song and it was catchy. I don't know how I came up with it. I was just vibing out, and I came up with it. And me, Wiz, and Dan the cameraman sat in Sonny's carryout in Northwood Shopping Center.
I love that place.
We had a meeting there, and it was about how we should shoot the video. And I'm telling him, like, I'm a big fan of the Joker. I've always been a fan. I've always been a comic book fan. So I'm a big fan of him. I want to shoot like it. Batman just came out. Well, The Dark Knight just came out.
Right.
I want to shoot it like this. How can you pull it off? Like, my homeboy got a tractor trailer. Your homeboy got a warehouse. Your girlfriend do makeup. I got homeboys that'll play this. I'll buy all the BB guns and prop guns, and I'll make money out of myself. Your bro actually printed up the money for that. And that's just happened like that. And I just actually, I just directed it out of my head. Like, this is how I wanted to be. And that's it. And that was just that.
That video got so much notoriety.
The news actually picked it up.
Right. It got so much notoriety, and to this day, like when you if you perform it, people go crazy. I remember being at Bourbon Street and you had the money and you threw the money out.
Yeah, I had a lot of that shit. That was my thing of, this has my face on this jacket money. So every time I perform it, that's what I would do. Right. People still got it. People still got that money.
I think my friend, Carrie does. I think Carrie.
Every time she got everything.
Yeah, she's a big fan. She's always been a big supporter of the scene. That's how I met her, and she's I just remember it always like I said, seeing you on stage, and it's just I see you like now. You're not Skarr. You're just you're Skarr, but you're just on that stage. Everything kicks in. Because I'm gonna tell you what, I love capturing you when you're standing there, and you'll just be standing there like a superhero, looking, and you have this smile on your face, and I'm just like, I try to capture that every single time.
Because that's me feeling the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, me as a person, a human being, outside of me being Skarr Akbar, it's like, I go through a lot of shit in life. So whatever I go through, I just take it out on stage. So like none of that shit matters when I'm on that stage. Once that beat drop, it's just like, I'm free. I'm free of all that shit. And it's like, when you catch that smile or whatever, it's just me like, you know what I mean? I sit there and smile, and I nod my head, and I just go back in, and just like, I don't know, it's just like my freedom. It's my scapegoat. From right there, them whatever seconds I'm on stage, it's just like me being free of everything. You
have one of the best stage presence that I have seen. That's like, I'm including with, you know, industry as well. The only person I think that I would say that you come like second to would be Tech 9.
Yeah, that's tough.
Because Tech was on stage. I went to the show. He was on stage for 2.5 hours, and he did like 1, 2, 3, 4 wardrobe changes.
Really?
Yes. He came out in the black with the black mask. He went back. He came back out in the red. He went back in, came back out in the white, and then came back out with this kind of like almost like an Argyle sweater type vest thing. He did 4 changes, like basically, you know, and 2.5 hours on stage. And that was phenomenal to me, because I really don't go. The only reason why I go to industry artist shows is because the local artists that are opening up.
Right. Me too.
You know, so seeing like your performances are always, we were at the circuit, you had the projector. Yeah,
that was my release joint.
Yeah.
I just wanted to display everything that I'm talking about on the screen, because what I've come to realize that most people hear music, but they get it when you see a visual. Like, so like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they go hand in hand. Like, people listen to music like it's hot, but once they see the visual, they embody it. So I'll say, okay, let me actually perform with a visual behind me. And that's something that I wanted to do. And that's what I did.
Yeah, and I think you're always trying to, I'm not going to say one up, but you're always trying to push it to the next level. Trying to push it to the next level. You're trying to push it to do something that nobody else is doing, which is what you're supposed to be doing. Not try to, your voice, when somebody hears your song, they know it's Skarr Akbar. Yeah. There's no reason why they don't say, oh, well, that sounds like so-and-so. That sounds like so-and-so, because you are in your own lane. You're your own person. And you know, I sit and I listen to some of these artists when I'm at shows. You know, so I say listen to some of them, because when I hear them, I'm hearing whatever's playing on the radio.
Right.
I'm hearing you know, they all sounded like everything is the same. I like something that's different. I like to be able to say, oh, that's Skarr. Oh, that's Ogun. Oh, that's, you know, K-Mac. Oh, you know, that way I don't have to guess to see who it is.
Right. You know the difference.
Right. And like I said, when you like your jackets when you come out on stage, unique. You know, you always have something. Yeah, you have something, you know, it's always something is unique that nobody else is doing. And then everybody's like, damn, why did I think of that?
Well, actually, I don't try to outthink people. I just think, for me, like, I think, like, all right, do this. Like, this feels different to you, do it. I'm not afraid to do anything, though, at the end of the day. Like, I don't give a fuck what people think about me. Like, I'm cool with being me at the end of the day. So, like, the jackets I came out, I custom made all of them. And like, I don't know, I just like that type shit. Like, I always been that person that does that shit. Like, I sell jackets, custom made one-of-ones, and people buy them shits.
Yeah. That's why I said jack of all trades. See, that's something else that people don't, that people that know Skarr Akbar, the artist, as far as music goes, that's something else that they don't know about you, that you do that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, people really don't be really paying attention, I don't think. Like, I try to, and that's why I say when I wrote down jack of all trades, because there was like, it was too long of a list for me to even continue to write down. Because I've seen, like I said, Jackpot is one of my favorite videos. Florida Evans, which you just released.
Yeah, I just did that.
I gotta ask this because my homegirl was actually the one at my hairdresser. She was in the video.
She was?
Yeah. Her name is Cherie. Yeah, Cherie Felix. She's my hairdresser, but she was actually in there, and I said, "What is up with the dude with the unicorn head?" Yo, that's the first thing I seen. Like,
that's the initial video. She was at a skating rink, and they wanted to skate around with the unicorn head. My man had a sloth head, and they wanted to skate with him, but we never got a chance to use it. And I just saw him. I was like, "Bring that shit there!" Like, the theme of it was just to have fun at like a little house party. Just like, we don't need to do nothing extra. Just like have fun, because people will forget. Like nowadays, if you go to a club, like a club, no one dances. Everybody's like this.
Taking selfies.
Like no one dances.
Taking pictures of everybody.
Or they dance amongst each other. Like girls dance over here, dudes two-step or whatever, and pop bottles. Like no one has fun. So it's like, yo, like, that's why I don't go out anymore, because no one knows how to have fun anymore. When I go out of town, I'll see something different. So my thing is like, let's have an old school house party, just like rock out and have fun, and I'm just gonna perform. That's all it was.
Yeah, and like I said, like I look forward to whenever you post something. I actually went back and I was looking at some stuff or whatever, you know, I was actually doing some research because, like I said, I needed to write it down because I knew I was going to get in here and forget all kinds of stuff. So I went back and I was looking at some stuff, and another video that you put out not too long ago, Because I'm Black.
Yeah, the Malcolm X thing.
Yes, I loved it. It was a short. It wasn't that long.
It supposed to have been longer, but I think my man Barnes was on a run at that time. I couldn't shoot his verse because I just shot my verse. He actually owned the original record. Okay. So I just shot my verse and just called it a day.
Right. But and that's what I said, like visuals, like back when music videos were actually music videos, they told the story along with the song. They told a story. I like storytellers. That's one reason why I can't get with a lot of the newer music, is because I'm old, so I'm stuck in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. I want you to tell me a story. Yeah. I like turn up music too, but I like to hear substance. So when you make videos, like you said, you give the visual of what's going on, what you're trying to portray. You had I don't know which one is one of the Ventilations. I think it may have been the first one.
Yeah, it was the first one I had. I only did a video to the first one.
Right. That one.
6 of them, I think.
Yeah. That one was like, I think that's the reason why, another reason why I vibe to you so well is because I can relate to some of the things that you put in your music, that you know, I'm not going to say I like when people put their pain out there, but it also shows you that I'll be like, oh, damn, I'm not the only one going through this.
Yeah, I'm human. Like, I think I'm a person that I have to display it. I have to say it. If not, it eats me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's more people that go through this shit, but they are afraid to say it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're scared someone's going to judge them from whatever. But actually wear my pain outside of me. Like, I don't really harbor it in. Like, I talk about it. Right. Some people get offended about it, but I don't really give a fuck, because the more it eats at me, the more I'm going to do something wrong to you. Right. So, like, I have a talent or a gift of making music, so why not put that in it? Because someone is actually going to relate to it. Someone that's afraid to say what they're going through is actually going to relate to it. And actually, I got a friend that actually, my first album saved his life. Them Ventilations saved his life. Yeah. Like, he contemplated suicide, but he figured out he wasn't alone. When he heard my music, he was a big fan of mine. Right. He don't even live in this continent. So, like, I don't know, I just keep going. I actually stopped after 6. I was going to do another one. That's when Fear, Love, Respect came out, and that first song on there, which is Fear, was supposed to be Ventilation, but I just called it Fear. And that was that. But I actually like making them songs, because that's me. That's my therapy. That's me getting it all out, writing it. Like, and either making the beat or just finding the beat to go with it and just say what the fuck I feel.
And who's going to judge you anyway? They're not going to judge you.
And
you don't care.
I don't. I never did.
See, and I feel the same way. When I actually, I suffer from major depressive disorder.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't take medication. I refuse.
I got bottles and bottles of that shit.
Yeah. I've been on so many different things, and it just makes me a zombie, or I just don't care. Like, I could just don't care by not taking it. So I have my ups and my downs, and sometimes like I go through stuff. Like I've been going through something for the past few months or whatever, and it's up, down, up, down, up, down. But I've learned to ride that roller coaster. It's people that don't know me that well that don't understand that roller coaster.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, Lisa, you shouldn't put that on Facebook. Oh, you shouldn't say this. Oh, you shouldn't say that. But then I have just as many people in my inbox saying, Lisa, I thank you so much because I'm going through something similar, da-da-da-da-da-da. And you just never know who you're helping with the things that you say and do.
Exactly.
You know, so I thank you for putting your pain out there so people can heal.
So when it came to Beautiful Mind Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3, they were just, like getting you prepared for Passion, Pain, and Progress, which was, you might have heard stories about Skarr, or Skarr slick as shit, Skarr nice as that, Skarr crazy as a motherfucker. You hear these stories, but you don't know why.
Right.
You just hear these stories. So in Passion, Pain, and Progress, that first album that I put out with me in a straight jacket in a wheelchair, with me as a doctor pushing myself, and then you open it up, you see me fighting myself. Like that was something I was trying to actually give to the public. Like, yo, this is why I am who I am, and this is what I go through. People loved it. My mother loved it. Half of the shit she never even knew. But like that's just me. Like, all right, I'm an open book, yo. Here you go, boom.
Right.
So that's why all my albums have 3 different titles. Every album I put out, all of them have 3 different titles. So I can give you that. Passion, Pain, and Progress, Today's Tomorrow Forever, Fear, Love, Respect, and Mayhem, Maryland Madness.
Right.
It's just different types, so I can give you all different parts of me. That's how it works with me.
That kind of reminds me of, you remember Neil Norris?
Say it again?
Neil Norris from Parts Unknown PX? Him
yeah,
and Black.
I do.
Well, his last project he put out was 4 years ago, and it was called Go Insane in a Crazy World. And from the beginning, it had different acts in it. And that's what, when you're talking about that, it reminded me of that. He put different acts in there where it was his, like, he was going through this and went through this. And then it was just the progression of what he was going through. And do you know, he hasn't listened to that project. He finally listened to that project probably about a couple months ago for the first time in 4 years. Once he put that project out, he couldn't listen to it because it was a reminder of what he had been through. And it was just too much because he put everything from him into that. So has there ever been a song or even a whole project that you really can't listen to?
After I do my music, because I've done it so much, so I listen to it so much when I'm recording, I actually don't play it. I just stopped playing. I played a couple of my last albums on live. People thought it was new music. I was on live playing and shit, like listen to this shit, like damn. But I don't actually really ever go back to it. I actually really rarely ever listen to my old shit, like, cause I'm so focused on making new shit. I don't. You don't want to. I don't never go back to it. And I make a lot of music, so I don't never really go back to it. I don't know. Like I don't want to hear that old version of me. I want to see what the new version of me sounds like, or what I could do better than that old dude. So I don't never really go back. So, I write music so fast, I never get to learn it. Do you have like a favorite track that you've done? No. You don't have a favorite one? No, I don't. I really don't. There's no favorite one. No, it's not. I had to think for a minute. Like I make so much music, and there's so many different emotions and feelings that go into different songs, or so many battle raps, or so many this, that, the other. Like it's just different emotions in every song. So it's like I'm an emotional person, so it's like I don't latch on to any one of them. Right. People do though. Yeah. Like I said, Jackpot's my favorite. I'm sorry. I actually found Scholarship Chick, which is like one of the first songs I remember hearing from Skarr Akbar. And I had found it and I was like, oh wow.
I actually have it too.
They still play that shit all the time.
I believe it.
Like, I be in the spot. If I walk in the spot, that's the first song they go to. And they mix it with CeeLo Green's song. How can I possibly be inconspicuous? It's like the same. They mix it right with that song. That song goes hand in hand with that song.
Wow.
Every time I hear it, I know that song coming.
Wow, that's crazy. Because Scholarship Chick was made way before that one, right?
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that's crazy. So let's see what I'm getting up here. I can't see. I'm getting old. Got glasses. I don't know why it's not connected to the Hard Body Live. The Hard Body Live. It's giving an error. It's got to be this computer. I don't know what they did to it last night. Oh, this is a good one. What keeps you going in doing, you know, in the music? Because how long have you been? Like, I know you say did you start out battle rapping? Is that how you started?
I did, yeah.
Okay, because I actually seen a video from down when we was right down here on Maryland and 25th with Shaka Piss. It was you and Savage, I think. It was on YouTube.
Oh yeah, it was in the basement.
Yeah.
I just popped in. Yeah. I just stopped there. I don't know what made me stop there. I think we posted something and I just stopped there.
I think we were having a battle. That was like at the beginning of that fight.
I wasn't supposed to be there. I just stopped there. I was on my way to the club. Actually, out Seabows out Randallstown somewhere. I just stopped in. And I don't know, because I usually don't do shit like that. Like, I used to go about my fucking business. I don't really want to be hanging around rappers. But so I just stopped in. And that's something I just, was just fishing with. I don't know.
So, how long have you been doing the music?
My music? I probably started doing music when I was 15. Actually, recording when I was 13.
Wow. So, I mean, now, here you are. Just a few years later.
Yeah, just a few years.
So what keeps you going in especially since the scene has changed, like the scene has changed so much and the industry has changed so much and how everything about music has changed. So what keeps you going?
I'm addicted. Like I'm good at everything that I do and I try to give this shit up so much, but it's like I'm addicted to making music. Like, if I'm not writing, and usually as I finish a project, I don't write at all. I just be chilling. But I keep making beats. And I start writing things to these beats. So they just be in my phone or on paper or something like that. So it's like this addiction. Like, I don't know, because I start hearing music that's out there and be like, this shit is phony.
Yes.
Like, this shit is really phony. And I be like, I get in my pad. Like, I just start writing about shit. I see something online that I just don't agree with, and I just write it. And there's so much information and topics out here that I should touch on. Because I have a fan base, and I should touch on and just speak my piece on it. And it's lack of good music out here. That's what keeps me going.
Right. I've seen this argument online all the time about, it's the new kid, the younger kids. It's their time. I understand that, but I'm not there. I can't listen to that music. So I want this, I want to listen to what I want to listen to. Yeah, every once in a while something to catch my, for the longest time I fought Kevin Gates. I didn't want to listen to Kevin Gates. My kids was throwing Kevin Gates in my face. I'm one of the biggest Kevin Gates fans right now.
Kevin Gates, he has something to say. And he's I don't agree with a lot of his music, but I agree with some of it. And some of it is really good. It's a lot of good artists out here. But there's a lot of bullshit artists too. So a lot of them. That shit is coming wild for everybody did it correct. And that's.
I want you to think back to 2008, 2009, and at that time we had Turntable Club, which turned into Club Reality. We had Black Hole, Bourbon Street. We had 5 Seasons. We had Sonar, not Paparazzi. Sonar. We had Fletcher's. We had all these different clubs, and we had all these shows going on. And at any given moment, you could look out in the crowd and you'd see, rappers, but you see a lot of supporters too. Mm-hmm. And it was rappers that weren't even performing; they were just there to support. Mm-hmm. You don't have that now. I don't see it at all. When I go to shows, I don't it's all these new faces. It's it'd be a list of 15 people, and I may know only one person that's even on the card. And it's like everybody raps now. And I call it the YouTube generation because they're getting a lot of notoriety off of YouTube. Yeah. Now, when in 2008, it was hard to put your video on YouTube because it was slow upload. It was it could only be this big. It could so many restrictions. You couldn't MySpace was 4 songs and that was it on the player. So that's why I said earlier about the change in the change of the industry, change of the music scene, change of how. Like now, your music, I put Skarr Akbar in, and everything pops up. Like your music is on Amazon. It's on on everything. Just a few years ago, it was hard to get your music on something like that. Yeah. So how
you had to have a record deal to do all that shit.
Yeah. So how do you see the local scene as like? Is there a local scene?
I don't think it's a local. I just think it's easy for anyone to rap now because of the internet. Like it's easy for you to put anything out and get notoriety from it. You know what I mean? Like people are, no one's a trendsetter. They just followers. Right. Like everybody follow what they think or it's hot or they actually just make it hot. And radio follows that shit because the streets play it or the clubs play it or whatever or certain shit like that. But like everything's phony. It's based off the internet. It's based off followers. It's based off popularity. So it's popularity and it's no skill.
Most of the time, it's based off of popularity when it comes to the beat. Because I said this back when Lil Wayne was good at one point, and then all of a sudden he just kind of went crazy. And I said Lil Wayne could recite Dr. Seuss on a nice beat, and somebody be like, "Oh shit, did you hear what he said?" Yeah, he said green eggs and ham, Sam I am. That's Dr. Seuss. That's not Lil Wayne, And I think that's like now, okay, my grandson is 3 years old. He loves that Money Man song. He loves it. He don't know what they're talking about. Right. He just likes that beat. Yeah. And probably. Yeah. And that's basically what I've seen. And like I said, I love storytellers. I want you to tell me. I want there to be some kind of content in there. So, the beat's hard, but yeah. Perfect example. The Yo Gotti song. It was says "fuck you." I got the instrumental.
That's not even his. That was Cameron's on them.
Oh, I don't know whose it was. I just like the beat.
That was Cameron's song first.
Well, I got the beat because I didn't
That's
like
it.
I didn't care.
I don't think it might be Sports, Drugs, and Entertainment. It might be off of that album. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it, but that's Cameron's song.
I got that instrumental because the song I just didn't. That's the only part of the song I liked. Yeah. So I like to be that's just me. And like I say, I tell people all the time, yeah, I'm old. I'm set in my ways, and it takes me a while. And I never like what's popular right now. I'll wait for it to get old, and then I'll go back because I feel like I'm jumping on a bandwagon. Yeah. So and like I said, I call these they're YouTube performers. They performing on YouTube, and then that's when they get the little notoriety and all, and good for them.
Well, it goes way beyond that shit. It's YouTube. It's neighborhoods gonna be the radio DJs or the radio stations or these promoters. It's book them in the clubs. Like it's a lot of that shit that works hand in hand to make these people what they are but are not. Right. And I don't know. Like it's working out for them, but. These people put out one song and they run with it. Everybody's one-hit wonders that just has a long fucking run off of it. Right. They album be bullshit. Right. And they put out a whole project as bullshit. And just that's when the single thing came about. Like back in the day, I watched artists put out 4 fucking singles, 4 videos off of one album, and they were all great to sell that one album. Right. People just put out one song and just go for it. Like, there's no real record labels no more. There's nothing. Like, it's just put out a single, we'll give you some money, let's go. Right. It's popularity. You ask me. Popularity, get a whole bunch of niggas on stage with you and just Act like you doing something.
That's something I can't
Put some
stand.
money in your hand.
That's something I can't stand.
Wear some tight jeans, show your belt. It's a lot of bullshit goes on, but that's what people like, and I'm never gonna do that, bro. I don't even like that shit. I look at them niggas as clowns, like, well, it is what it is.
Like I said, I went back on YouTube and I was looking through some stuff or whatever. I don't ever do this for nobody. I hope you know this.
What?
I could be researching and stuff because I really wanted to have this in-depth conversation with you. Like, I want to get, like, and I'm going to get Ogun in here too. And I'm going to have that same, because to me, you two both are, I put you all on this pedestal of Baltimore hip-hop legendary status or whatever you want to call it, because you guys, to me, you guys have lasted in this scene. You have, you're still putting out music and you're still performing, you're still doing, and you're still, going. Ogun, he's retired. When he retired, I was like, you're not really retired, because I think he's phenomenal as well as far as an MC. And I'm waiting for him to be on somebody's song again. Actually, I do have a song with him, Baltimore Big Steve and Billy Live that they have, but I had to research because I want to have these in-depth conversations. You did a song that was, I guess it was supposed to be like, it was Eminem's Detroit versus Everybody, and you did Skarr versus Everybody. Mm-hmm. And then now you got Black Flamingo, which is one of those songs that is just, to me, is like jackpot when everybody hears it. I think you performed it like 3 times at the album release.
Yeah, first time, listen, it's crazy, right? I'm in the barbershop the other day, and they like, when I'm sitting up on the barbershop, they start going through YouTube and everything. Someone filmed that whole thing at that show.
Wow.
They filmed the whole entire show. I never knew that. I swear to God.
The whole show?
They filmed the whole show at the Feel of Respect joint when I first released Black Flamingo. They filmed the whole thing, and I was sitting there. I don't really like to look at myself on stage, but they was in there watching like, damn, my man, I missed that. But yeah, that song was online. Sometimes I get drunk coming to the house late night and mess with beats, and I go live when I'm doing this shit because I just have fun. People don't never really see me. I'm not that social, but I am social sometimes. I'm making a beat, whatever, and this nigga EJ hit me so many times. Like he said something online, but yo called me because he had my number. Like yo, please let me get that beat. I didn't think nothing of it at all. Like I don't be with that shit. I don't never really think much of my beats. I just make them, and if I like it, I might sit back and write to it. I might take it off or delete it. Call me about it. I said, I can't give you this beat, yo. I said, you can do it with me, though. Write at 16, break it up at 4s, and let's go back and forth. He's like, all right. He sent the beat to Bosco. Bosco sent me 2 different hooks. And then the B.O.M.B versus Everybody shit, it's just stuck with me.
Because for the longest time, everybody called it
B.O.M.B versus Everybody.
Yeah.
If I called it, well, I named it, I'm very unorthodox when I do shit like I named it Black Flamingo because how the actual song came about was very rare. Me making a beat online, him calling me, me sending him the
and a Black Flamingo is very rare.
Yeah, they 1 out of a million sometimes. But that's why I called it that. And it's just like the song was rare. It rarely happens like that.
Right.
And it happened organically. It wasn't forced.
And it's one of the most, like, to me, is one of the most popular songs because, like I said, I'm standing there, like after the second encore, I went and sat my ass down. I was like, I'm done. Like, I can't do this again. And my homegirl, she was with me. She was like, "They doing this song again?" I was like, "Hey, everybody's loving it."
The crowd asked us to do that shit. Yes. I wasn't really with that shit. I'm looking at them like, it's the first time they ever heard it either. Right. First time that my album came out that day on my birthday.
I think the whole Be More versus Everybody.
Right. So we got them like I don't think Baltimore ever had a song for them actually. Right. And then on top of that, we got that old school back and forth shit. Boom, 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 boom. And so we going back and forth. I guess that was just one of them things. And the remix. Yeah. I want to tell you, the first time that I listened to the remix, I got chills because I heard Smash's voice. Yep. And I thought that was the most spectacular thing I'd ever heard in my life.
Thank you. because I know that how much of a friend he was to you, how much he meant to you. So I know that was like almost like a tribute to him to be on that song. But you have also a lot of other artists on there, and it like that song, like I listen to it, like I have it in my I think I have it in my folder on here. And like I had gotten Black Flamingo, the original one, and Skipper was like, yo, we need this. I said, I got it in my folder. It was like, damn, Lisa. I was like, don't, just shut up. Just leave me alone. I was like, what do you, like, just tell me what I will get it one way or another. It doesn't matter. I will get it. So when I heard the remix and I'm looking at the names that's on, I was like, wow, it's phenomenal.
I actually, it's supposed to be way more people than that, but everybody didn't, I don't think people believed in it. Like, and I'm a person, like, if I call you one time, I'm not going to call you again.
Oh, yeah.
I don't, like, I really don't care. I'll put a million verses on there myself. Like, if you want to be a part of it, be a part of it. Like, you heard what the original one did, why not be on the remix? Right.
And like you said, I think that became, like, an anthem. Because Baltimore really, I don't remember ever hearing a song that was really, I mean, maybe a club song or something, but not a hip-hop song.
Right.
So, like I said, that song, it's right up there with Jackpot. I'm not gonna lie, but like I said, that night that first time performing it,
that's what made me put it out though. Made me put it on the radio. Make me want to shoot a video for it. The crowd did that. Like I didn't think about that shit. I didn't have no intentions on that record, but I'm glad that Baltimore still recognize the music because they the ones that picked that song.
Right.
I didn't pick that shit at all. I didn't care nothing. I don't really pick music to do. Like they pick the shit. I like, let's roll.
Right. Oh yeah, I got to hear you Sway in the Morning appearance. You've been on a lot of things. Were you on BET?
The Cypher?
Yeah, I thought so. I was trying to find it.
With Eminem and Black Thought.
Yeah.
Eminem and Black Thought most stuff.
See, you gotta be paying attention. My mind keeps going a little bit. You have done so much, like in your lifetime.
Yeah.
In you know your short lifetime that you have, because you're not that old.
I'm not.
But do you ever sit back and have moments and be like, wow, I can't believe that I've done all these things. I've met all these people. It's amazing to me that my life.
I don't actually have time to sit back and think and dwell on the past events that I did because I'm still trying to get to where I want to be at. But I have came in contact with a lot of people. I've seized a lot of moments during that time, but it still didn't get me to where I want to be at. But I enjoy the experiences of them. Like, I was there. I was there. And you say, like, nigga, yeah, I was there.
Right. The proof is on YouTube.
Yeah, I was there.
Right.
But I remember I was in the house watching 1998 Survival the Illest tour at what's it called? The Harlem joint. What's it called? Joint in Harlem. Why can't I remember brain fart like shit?
Right.
The shit in Harlem, like when they do this. What the hell is it called?
I have no idea.
In Harlem, when they used to do the I can't think of the shit for nothing. That shit is messing my head up. Well, I was on tour with Onyx in 1998. A Survival of the Illest tour, and everybody performed. Keith Murray, Legion of Doom, a whole bunch of people. Everybody was on Def Jam. And it's online, and I got online on live, and I watched myself with them, and I was just amped up. I had a Bills jersey with a red do-rag. And that was the best experience of my life because I battled them probably 3 months before that. Wow. And I went on tour with them for the whole summer.
Wow. See, now to me, that's like, when certain things happen in my life, I always say, this is going to be something that I'm going to remember when I have dementia. This is going to be one of the memories that I have when I have. It's going to stay there. I'm going to remember it. I'm not going to remember nobody else or nothing else, but I'm going to remember this one particular moment. And like, to see some of the things that some of the things that you've done, because I'm sure that there's been plenty of other things that I have no idea that you've been a part of or you have done, or, you know, that I'll be like, wow, because I know I've done a few things in my time and in my life, but I don't look at them as big. I guess because it's my life, so I don't look at it that way.
That's how I am.
You know, so I mean, I can understand how you feel about, you know, like, yeah, you know, I was on tour with Onyx, and then you actually opened for them.
Yeah,
at Frozen Harbor.
Yeah. You was backstage tripping like shit.
I love their energy, because I'm not gonna lie, I had people, anybody actually gonna be there? I was like, it's Onyx. How many? They only got a couple songs. I was like, why are you hating?
Songs.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, they got a lot of fucking songs.
Yes, and I enjoyed that because Frederick started like,
oh shit.
Frederick was just he's just one of those guys that I just.
That's
like.
who else I stayed at on tour. I'm staying at his house.
He is just one of those guys, I more so became a fan of his from his acting career, and just seeing, because I like roughnecks, I guess, you know, the Timbs, you know, baggy jeans, you know, I always like the baggy jeans, not the ones that, you know, the tight jeans with the falling up the ass and all, but in every show that I watched him in the movie that he did with Rhea Perlman, Sunset Park.
Yeah.
And I watched him. He was in an episode of CSI Miami.
He was on Moesha.
Yeah.
And what's the shit with the ride? What's it called, Ride? When he was on the bus.
Yeah, I can't remember what that is.
Something like that.
But so he's always that persona, you know, but then he's got that soft side to him too. So, and I always loved Onyx. Like,
that was always cool.
Yeah, so, you know, and I'm like, you got to go on stage.
The Apollo. That's where he's at.
Okay.
Shit.
I was like, what? I forgot all about the Apollo.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm like, you got to do all this, you got to do all that, you know. So to you, it's like, yeah, I did it. So,
in that moment, it was surreal.
Yeah.
But now I think about it, it's like, I don't know, I really can't live in that moment anymore. I would love to have them moments, like, a lot, but... yeah, it's all good.
Right. So, what time is it? I can't even see. See, I'm going blind is what I'm doing.
No, you're not just supposed to wear your glasses.
I only got to wear them when I read, because when I'm looking at you, everything's fuzzy. So, yeah. My mother always tells me push my glasses up, because I'm always looking over top of them. But she can't talk, because she does the same thing.
That's probably where you get it from.
I do. I'm going to play... because I got a couple songs, like the ones I just talked about. So, but I really want to play the Florida Evans. Where did that come from? Like the title, like I'm Florida Evans on Good Times, and you know. But
the woman the name significant, like the woman that she was on that show, she held the whole family down. She didn't work. Her man worked. Her kids did whatever. But she held the family down. So in retrospect, if I want a woman that's going to hold me down. And so what I did is I just threw some shit out there like, this is the type of woman that I want.
Right.
Like, it sounds like a lot, but it's not, actually. And I was thinking, like, of a hook that could be catchy. So I was like, when I first made the beat, it was like, that Method Man shit hit me. Is it real, son? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I just put, is it real, girl? Like, and just made another hook up to it. It's just like, it just stuck with me.
The video, like I said, as soon as I seen it, you know, I shared it, and I was watching it, and like I said, the first thing that I seen was, that's why I can't stand like 20 people on stage with an artist, because I'm not paying attention to the artist. I'm paying attention to the drunk ass over in the corner who's trying to rap the song and don't know the song. And so the unicorn head was throwing me off. I was like,
hey, caught your attention.
And that's why I asked my cousin, I was saying something, I had you on the show today. She was like, I was in the video. I was like, where? I said, really? She's like, you didn't see me? I said, I was watching the unicorn head. I said, now I got to go back and look for you.
What she look like?
I'll show you a picture of her.
Yeah.
She's my hairdresser. Like she does my hair. Like when I haven't had it done. Whenever I have an epiphany, whenever I'm going through something, I have to do something. So I've gone out and I bought a new printer, and I bought my grandson some things, and my brand new baby granddaughter, Cashmere had a little girl. You know, she still talks about you to this day. My daughter is a fan of hip hop, especially local hip hop.
I think you brought her to one show one
I
time.
did,
She
because
could get in there.
No, she got in. She was outside, and she was like, "Skarr gave me shaking baby syndrome." That's what it was, because y'all was outside playing. She had she was cold, and Tonio from the Top gave her he had that white jacket on. It was the was it the Royce show, Royce the 5'9" show? I don't know. It was a show at Sonar.
She got a shaky baby syndrome. What the hell is that?
Shaky, because you was playing with her and you was shaking her. And she was like, I think Skarr gave me shaking baby syndrome. And you was like, don't say that.
Probably because she was cold. I'm probably like, you got to move. I don't know.
No, this was it was Sonar days. So it was been a while.
I miss that
but
stuff.
Yes, I miss it terribly. I miss 5 seasons too. But yeah, so I have an epiphany. You know, I'm going through something. You know, I'm trying to end a 6-year relationship. And I tried to end it last week, and I fell back into it, but I ended it last night. Well, this morning at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
So you said.
Now I gotta stick to it. I can't. It's 6 years. But so the hair got done. I'm spending money. So yeah. I really, like I said, I want to play this Florida Evans song because, like I said, I love your music. It's just, you're a storyteller, and I love it. So this is Skarr Akbar, Florida Evans. It's Baltimore Paparazzi in the Spotlight, Hard Body Radio.
We all need some people even make us better time flies.
My major's live is not working.
From my rig to be by my side. Not a side piece, but that one puzzle piece that can make me complete. To help me reach a unique peak of wealth, health, and betterness. Imagine 1 second could lead to foreverness. And if it's real, girl, let me know it's real, girl. Just tell me that it's real, girl. Are you really real, girl? Are you really real, girl? Hold me down in the deal, girl. Tell me what's the deal, girl. Keep it 100 with me. Now will you remain real, girl? Are you really real, girl? Love sound. I just need a real woman in this cold city. 100, never choose to play the 50. Someone that had fun with it, never on no dumb shit. Someone that I can run with when things get risky. You ain't gotta be a bad bitch to be above average. Shit get real, she'll flip to a savage. Need a chick, hands free, that don't come with no baggage. Help my mind maintain through all of this madness. Life ain't lavish, so we can fix that. Just let me stand up.
Cabo was like, tell him the Apollo, but it was too late. I didn't see it.
What?
Cabo. He said, tell him Apollo, but I guess he's tuning in. Because he was like, because Cabo has a show right behind mine. He was like, I'm going to be there early. And I was like, okay.
So it's just me, chef in the kitchen. She don't care about designers, rather invest in the building.
that was Florida Evans by Skarr Akbar. And that's on the new project, right?
Yep, Mayhem, Maryland Madness.
Where did you come up with that?
Sitting in the house. Sitting in the house thinking of, what, like, to me, I was like, after Feel Love Respect, I just wanted to say, yo, just fuck everybody. Produce the whole shit yourself and don't do no features. Just go raw, like make everything just fucking hard.
And I think you accomplished that.
And I was like, Mayhem, Maryland Madness, because that's exactly what this fucking city is. It's like Mayhem, Maryland Madness. It's Baltimore.
Right.
So like, I don't know, just that's just how I felt. Like, every album anything that I put out from here on out will have 3 titles, always.
Yeah. I call that branding.
Branding?
Because when people see that, when people see certain things, then they know that's you.
Yeah.
My In the Spotlight. My In the Spotlight was my mixtape series. My In the Spotlight, well, I should say is because I just put a mixtape out the other day. Yeah, it's all my guests. It's my guests from my show, and the song, and like one song from each one of my guests from my show. And I put one out the other day, and I'm going to put the other one out. And it's just nothing fancy. It's just another tool for people. You know, I put it out there, and I have friends that are all over the country, and you know, maybe somebody will listen to it and pass it on or share it or whatever. It's, you know, that's what I did with the first 3. So In the Spotlight, and then In the Spotlight when I was doing showcases at 5 seasons, and then when I decided to do a show, 3D was like, well, as soon as you come up with a name for the show, I said In the Spotlight with Baltimore Paparazzi. He was like, well, damn, that was quick. I said, I've been thinking about this for 4 years about doing a radio show.
Shit,
so, you know, when people see that, you know, it's a consistency kind of thing.
Right.
So they know, you know, they expect that. So then, you know, they know that the next one's going to have 3 titles, and then the one after that's going to have 3 titles. You know, they.
Like, I got an album that a lot of people don't have. It's called Life, Death, and Loyalty. It's one of my first albums. I made that album in 1996. It had 3 titles: Life, Death, and Loyalty. That's where all that stuff come from.
Right.
That's my album. Like, everything else is mixtapes. But until I got to Passion, Pain, and Progress, that's what it was.
Something I didn't write down on my little notebook here. A couple years ago, you and Ogun were going back and forth, almost like you were like battling each other or going at one another, and it was a promotional marketing tool that was phenomenal because people were like, "Oh my God, they really beefing and this, that, and the third." But it was leading up to a project that was being released.
I think it was leading up to one of my projects. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just like, and I think at that time, I think you were all roommates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We live in the same fucking house.
Right, and like people was like, some people really actually really thought that y'all was.
I was laughing at it the whole time.
Mm-hmm. But it was one of those marketing tools that it kind of stuck with me because, like, people were like, yo, they really beefing. I'm like, how the fuck they beefing? They live in the same house. Like, cause I knew that. Like, they apparently didn't. But I was like, okay. But it was to me, it was genius. You know what I mean? So who came up with that? You? Or was it just something that you all just kind of happened?
I really don't know. I really can't tell you. Like, it was like, probably some spare the moment shit. Like, he probably came up with like, yo, I think we should beef. He probably said it.
He probably did.
I'm probably looking at him like, hey, you don't want to do that, yo. You better stop.
I can hear Ogun say that. Because as much of a little instigator that he can be, yeah, I can see.
He don't like when I instigate shit.
Oh no,
he hated it.
Yeah,
he can't take it.
No, because I'm gonna tell you, because of your person, like your demeanor, like you could be just joking, but people be like, "Is he serious? Is he joking?" I think he's serious, right? Oh, one thing I do want to say, and I say this all the time. Skarr Akbar is the only person who will come up to me and take my camera from me and take a picture of me.
Why? But you gotta think we take pictures of everybody else. Why can't I just take a picture of you?
I know, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, sometimes you need to see yourself. And, you know, just have somebody else take a picture of you.
Yeah, I appreciate because it's and usually those are like my favorite pictures because
Really?
yeah, because you do it. I don't have to ask you. Like every time I've seen you and I've had my camera in my hand, you just take my camera from me. Summer Jam. I came over to take pictures of you, and you was like, "Okay, give me the camera." I was like, "God." I was like, "Oh." So you took a picture of me.
Usually when I see you, I usually do that. Like you work hard at what you do, and I think it's cool to do that. In my mind, I think it's cool because you busy behind the camera. Half the time you busy behind the camera shooting. I don't think you get a chance to even enjoy the show as much as you want to.
I don't. A lot of times I don't. I forget that I'm like, it all depends. Like Summer Jam was actually like, it was my first that made me so happy. I mean, because I've had conversations with Squirrel and like, it got to the point now that when Squirrel sees me, I'll be like, "Hey, Squirrel," be like, "Lisa, I'm trying to do my best to help these local art." I'm like, I just saying hi. Because I'm such an advocate for this local scene, and I want it to be bigger and better than it is. I know I can't do it by myself, and a lot of times I'm doing more than most artists are doing, and that's But so when 92Q asked me to, the lady, because I had applied for an internship and I was supposed to start at 92Q, but I got a job. So I wasn't going to shows because what I was going to be doing was I was actually going to be taking pictures. I was going to be taking pictures at the local shows and putting them in a blog on 92Q's website.
Right.
To help get more notoriety to the local scene. Mm-hmm. But because I got a job, because I have a family, it kind of went away. The year later, they hit me up and was like, "Would you be interested in doing Summer Jam?" I knew in May that I would be doing Summer Jam in July. I kept that secret until I broke the news on my radio show one night. And it was hard for me to keep that secret because I was super, super happy. And then I turn around and I look and I see you standing over there. And I just made a beeline over there to say hi. And then next thing I know, I'm standing there, I'm taking pictures, and I feel a hand on my shoulder, and I turn around and it's you with this big grin on your face, and the damn security guard saying, "You can't stand here. You can't stand here." And I was like, so after you walked away, he was like, "I can have him thrown out of here." I was like, "Look, I ain't got nothing to do with that." Like, he was just trying to get their attention because he knows them. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I was trying to get, like, and I don't know. You
can't have me thrown out. That'll beat the shit out of me. And I'm a fuck up the event for everybody.
Right. And I was just like, yo, Skarr almost got me thrown the hell out. But that's cool because it's Skarr. I don't care. But that event it meant a lot to me. Like, I've been a part of a lot of things. And there's being a part of Frozen Harbor last year.
That's pretty cool.
I think, did you coin the phrase, "It's the Baltimore's Woodstock"?
Yes.
Yes, I think you need to trademark that before somebody else tries to claim. Because I'm sure, because I tell you, I keep calling him EC because I know him as EC. But Frank Lewis, I keep telling him, I said, Skarr said this is Baltimore's Woodstock.
It is like that's a lot of things going on from that time to this time, like,
and the different stages and it has many, like 140 acts, and
it's a fucking lot.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people, and it's a lot of getting your name out there. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, marketing and advertising.
Baltimore Woodstock will be my event. I'm gonna do all these events. Frank will be a part of it though. He's cool guy.
Yeah, I keep calling him EC because that's what I met him at years ago. People don't realize he rapped.
Yeah, I know.
He rapped. He wears many hats as well. And I like being associated with people who wear many hats because that means they're focused and they want bigger and better. So I want bigger and better for them as well. So but I thank you for always taking my picture. I appreciate that. It's like, really, so I've gotten to the point now to where when I go somewhere, when I'm going to shows and stuff, I have to make sure that I don't look crazy. Like, my hair is done, I got some makeup on, I kind of look cute, because the next day, even that night, I look on and somebody's tagged me in something, and I'm like, really? She goes by Eva Rhymes now, but she used to be Jinx with the 3 X's.
Yeah.
She did that to me one night at Club Reality. I had gotten off of work. I worked at Dollar Tree up on Loch Raven in Taylor, and I went to Club Reality for a show. I had on my green shirt from work. My hair was a mess because it was in a ponytail, and she posted a picture of me on Facebook. I was like, never again. Never again. Yeah, so... yeah, so that the Summer Jam was. Did you stay the whole time?
No, I left when Rick Ross was on stage.
I left.
I was about to get into some shit, really. I mean, like, I hate when people play with me.
Well, they made us move. I mean, I was happy that I got to see Fabulous and got to be as close to Fab as I did, because yes, like Fab's another one that like. Yes, I could just stand there and look at him. But when right before Monica got on, they made everybody, because what they did was they let the security let everybody who had VIP and whatever passes get in that pit right there where I was standing at. I couldn't move. Then the fire marshal kicked everybody out, and I was like, I'm here with 92Q. And they was like, oh, we don't care. So the guy that I was working with, he was allowed to stay there. I guess he had higher credentials than me and the other photographer. So they kicked everybody. So I'm trying to take pictures from the corner of the stage. And it was hard. Because then I had some white guy. He was like, I was like, you can't get in there. But I have all access pass. I was like, I don't give a fuck what you got. They just kicked us all out. Well, I got all. Go ahead, try. And I watched him. Just like this. And the security guard was like, no. I was like, so then he stood in front of me. Now, mind you, I'm only 5'5", if that anymore, because I'm shrinking. And he's like 6 foot. And I was like, excuse me, how long you going to stand here? Because I got to take pictures too, you know. And he was like, oh, yeah, move. Like, you know, Poplar Grove came out then, you know. You know, I was trying to be nice. And then I had a little altercation with some drunk high dude behind me, and the girl was like trying to make him stop, and I was like, whatever. Certain
events I just won't go to. I know who I am, and I know what I'm capable of, and certain shit I just don't want to be a part of.
Right, and
I'm cool with being a bad guy. They can blame it on Skarr, but sometimes I'll be like, yeah. My bail money and lawyer money ain't right. I can't do shit. Right.
And see, and that's like me. I'm claustrophobic, so I don't like crowds. And people are like, but you go to these shows and then, you know, be crowded. I was like, but have you noticed? I'm at the front of the stage. So I have all this space in front of me. Now, if I turn around and look behind me, I might have a panic attack. So I stay this way and I look. Sometimes I look around to make sure that, you know, ain't nobody plotting on me or anything, but I'm a good person sometimes. And, you know, so I have all this space in front of me. But it got to the point at Summer Jam that I was like, I'm taking a couple more shots of Rick Ross and I'm leaving. And it was actually his last song. So I kind of timed it.
He didn't perform long at all.
None of them did, really. Like maybe
Monica, I think Monica performed long.
Maybe like 20 minutes or so, I think.
No, that shit was a bad look though. They said it wasn't well organized.
No. And I actually had Stars on a few weeks after that, because I had a conversation with Stars about him being on tour with Tech and the love that he was getting out at these at these other cities and stuff while he was on tour. He has a fan out in, I think he said Colorado, that has his name, his logo tattooed on her chest. It's tattooed, you know.
I ate her ass.
But see, I'm not messing with you. But, and then when he performed here at the Tech 9 show, and Tech brought him out, and, Baltimore's own Stars, and it was like crickets in there, and because people didn't know who he was. And then when we were at Summer Jam, it was the same. I noticed the same thing when they brought Stars out.
Well, it's a different thing of, you could rap here, but if you don't touch the people in no kind of way, they don't really gravitate to you. Like,
right.
You're a rapper, but you don't You don't be around people. You don't go to the shows that you gonna perform at. The people that you know that's gonna come. Do you go and see these people? Do you go past your mixtape talk to them or have a conversation with them?
Right.
Some people they're not from that caliber to reach out to the hoods.
Right.
But that's how it happens. So no one knows you. They heard of you, but they don't know you.
Right.
Or know your music.
Right.
Or care to know your music. That's the thing. And he's with B.O.M.B.
Yeah.
But like he starts to rap. He starts to make good songs.
Yeah.
But he won't gravitate to the people. He just want to be stars. He don't cater to the people that want to come see him.
Yeah, because like he has a great stage presence.
Yeah,
like he
amped up like a motherfucker.
Yeah, you know, and that's like I said, I've known Stars since I came in. We were at Black Hole Club. I had pictures of Stars when his dreads weren't as long as they are right now. You know, so like I see everybody where they've begun. You know, and I watch them. You know, and I've watched a lot of them fall off because they get frustrated. Or, you know, life happens, or, you know, and then some of them are still in the game and they're still doing the same thing and they're not evolving.
Right.
You know, so, you know, and then there's, you know, such as yourself who branch out and do other things as well.
Well,
you know?
Music never made me money. Everything else I do make me money. Music just...
Oh, speaking of that, I was told, my homegirl told me to ask, she said, I got a question for you to ask Skarr. Which does he like to do more? The music or the graphics?
Well, I think music. Because doing shit for people, I'm not a people person. That shit be getting frustrating. And I be, man, like if you in front of me and you talking this shit, that's why I don't sit at my computer and side to side with nobody. Right. That's just like the most frustrating shit in the world. But if you let me do me, I'm going to come up with something dope. But right. Like, real fast though. My time is fast as shit. I've
seen a lot of your artwork.
Mm-hmm.
You've done a lot of mixtape covers. You've done a lot of album covers. You've done flyers. You've done a lot of work. And the reason why I know it's yours is because of your company logo.
Oh, my company logo will be on. I be forgetting to put it on a lot of shit too. Because I be moving so fast when I do it. Like right now, say for instance, somebody wants a project done. I'll leave this interview, ride all the way home, do this shit. As soon as I get home, within 15, 20 minutes, and that's how I work. But sometimes dealing with people, it can become frustrating. I know it's a business, so I try to be simple me, but I don't know, I like music more though. I mean, graphics pays me, but I like making music because...
And when she asked me that, I kind of thought that she's actually another graphic designs... one of the graphic designers. It's his sister. Okay. And her and I we're really close friends. Okay. So I was on the phone with her when I was coming here and all, and she was like, ask him that. And I was like, I already know what the answer is. It's going to be music, but the graphics pay bills, you know.
The graphics pay for me to go in the studio. So
right.
That's all good.
So, I mean, and I guess I'm kind of like you in the aspect of I've never been formally trained on things that I do. I just kind of learn. I'm a hands-on person anyway. Right. My camera. My first camera was just a square camera. You push the button and then you hit the little thing and the lens comes out and goes back in. That was it. My ex-fiance gave it to me for Christmas one year. And that's the camera that I used when I first came and took pictures. I was like, oh my God, these pictures are so great. And I'm like, you're crazy. Okay. And then my next camera was an Olympus that I bought because I wanted a fancy camera. And that was like settings and this, that. And I was like, oh my God. So I can read and comprehend really well, but I'm a hands-on person. You show me how to do this and I'm gonna get it. Right. So, you know, like that was a ringtone lady on Poplar Grove before I came in the music scene. I did all the ringtones for everybody. I learned that I was just reading. I was like, okay, that's how you do it. Okay, so I can, you know, I got what is it, Cool Pro Edit. I have that on my computer at home to this day because I use it for different things when I'm doing different things with songs or whatever. Like a friend of mine, he was doing a show and he wanted me to take out. Now there's Cabo there. He wanted me to take out. He wanted me to take out his verse. and put it, you know, because he was going to be performing at his birthday party or something.
That's Clinton.
Cabo.
That's what you call him. I never called him that.
Yeah, it's Cabo. And so I use that to cut, you know. So I learned all that stuff myself. So when I'm sitting down with, you know, engineers like Mark Carey and Shaka Pitts and whoever else, you know, I've been at their studios and they're using something similar, like it, you know, I'm like, well, damn, I could probably be an engineer if I really tried.
He probably could. I'm pretty like that. I keep seeing Savage post shit up that he engineering everything, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure he ain't go to school for it. He taught himself.
Shaka Pitts helped. I think Shaka Pitts was one of the first ones to help him
do it
to show, you know, because Shaka was actually doing like tutorials and stuff with people, and he would teach you how to do it. Also, the Barbarians beat. Oh, yeah. That's yours, is it not?
Yeah, I think the Fear, Love, Respect. Was it Fear, Love, Respect? Or was it? It was one of the unreleased parties that I had him on, and I told him, I think we was having an interview.
That's Cabo knocking on the door outside. Oh, you gonna get him? It's locked. Top locked. I locked you in here. Cabo's, look, Cabo.
What's up, little bro?
Ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing.
Cabo's done come in so he can get into my.
Hey, look, I didn't know Skarr was gonna be here tonight.
You lying like a motherfucker.
No, really, listen. I'm not even gonna do my show tonight because you see, I've been my work beautiful. Look, I came to bring you these. All the way on deck. And look, if I knew he would have been here, I would have bought something like this. In the mark I got in my pocket from the sign from the
If he knew I was gonna be here.
The whole I'm coming early. Where he commented.
Hey, the city got me first.
The live feed's not even working. They won't even connect.
I see you on
YouTube, my YouTube.
For me, brother. Thank you.
See.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What name you want me to put?
Cabo, Clinton, whatever.
Look, I'm calling you Cabo. He was like, you talking about Clinton? I was like,
yeah. Great interview,
and shout out to Brian Hoyt for tuning in once again and sharing my live, my YouTube channel feed. I appreciate that. He tunes in like every week and he reposts it. It's like and it's not, he doesn't just tune in for whoever, you know, for somebody that he knows. He tunes in for everybody. So I appreciate it. Look.
So back to the Barbarians.
Yes, Barbarians.
I think it was the first show that I did at Autobar for my release, and we were having an interview at what's the radio station called?
WMS.
WBC.
WBC.
Yeah, we was doing an interview there, and I was like, y'all, why y'all call yourself team? Why y'all call yourself the Barbarians? I said, don't worry about it. I'll make a beat called the Barbarians. And then I think like a couple months later, I made a beat and I sent it to them. They didn't have a choice about the rap over it, and then they wanted me on it as it.
Right, because then on the 11th letter, the last track is I think it's a bonus track.
Well, me on it
is you on it, but I think a lot of people don't like.
I did the cover and the beat.
Yeah. I think people may hear like beats and not even realize that they're yours. Like they don't realize, because I really think that some people just see you as an artist, and then there's some people that see you as a graphic designer, and there might be some people that just see you as a producer. Because they really, like I said, I don't think people really pay attention.
I'm fine with it though. Like I don't mind though. I don't like attention. You know that. I don't really like attention. For a person to be popular, I hate the shit. Like I really like, because I don't know what to say to people when I had these conversations. Like, oh, all right, yeah, okay, cool, peace.
See, and that's why, and that goes back to like the first time that I met you, and like I'm a people watcher, so I watch everybody, and like even then, because I didn't really know anybody, and I'm just kind of getting a feel with seeing how, because people will smile in your face, and then go right next to you and go right over here and talk about you like a dog. So I see how people interact with everybody. And, how they interact with me, how they interact with you, how they interact with him, how they, So I kind of, like, you were just, like, kind of standoffish. And I was like, is he, like, what's going on? So at first the conception, like I said, was, oh, he just, like, he's above everybody. And then, like I said, I had a conversation with him and was like, nah, he just don't really fuck with nobody. I'm just going to be me. I'm going to stand over here. Y'all do you.
Like, you could get the cool me, you could get the very bad me.
Right.
And the very bad me is not a good thing to have.
Right.
Or the event won't go on.
Well, it's like when the Summer Jam situation, when you looked at me and you was like, why do they always think I'm going to hurt somebody? And you smiled that smile. I said, that smile right there. Because you always got that, like, I call it the Joker smile. Because it's this great big smile, and I like I said, I love capturing that. There's certain things when I'm taking pictures of that I have to, like, I love to capture. And that's one of those moments when you have that big smile on your face. Because for one, you're doing something that you love. You're in that moment. I have a picture of Neil Norris from the Turntable Club. And it's like one of my favorite pictures that I've ever taken of him. And he was performing and he had this like sky blue baseball hat on. And he was hot in there because, Turntable Club was only but this big. And he was sweating like really bad. So the hat was discolored from the sweat. And he had this vein right in his neck that was popping out. And he was just on the mic. And he was like, I can't stand that picture. And I said, I love that picture because that captured every intensity that you had at that moment. And that's how I look at certain pictures. When I was going through the pictures to make the flyer. Because I make all my own. I'm not fancy like you or Dro or anybody else who does graphics. I got a little collage program that I use. And I make it work.
There's nothing wrong with it.
You
get your point across.
Right. And yours is a special one because I put the microphone, because usually I have the spotlights up here and then that's it. But I had to make this special, so I had to go and find a microphone. I had to change the color and then the gold, and I had to do something special. So, so when I was going looking for pictures, I was like, I got to get just the right pictures, like just the right ones. And I got the one where you're smiling. I said, yes, that's the one. But, it's for me, it's that intensity that you have on that stage. And to see, like, I've been blessed enough to not see that bad Skarr. I don't think I've ever seen that bad Skarr.
That's cool. I don't want you to say it.
No, he raised his hand like he in school. He want to say something.
Yeah, I always hear about bad Skarr too. Now, let me say this. I've heard the Skarr tales. Like, what I mean? Because, he is who he is. I'm like, man, I like to meet him. Man, he this, he like you say, everybody has a conception. Skarr think he all, I never caught the Skarr think he all that, the bad Skarr. Now, I've seen video footage of hands being put on people.
That was not me. That wasn't me. It was the artist supposed to be known as Skarr. I'm not a bad guy. When you come to concerts, I'm never above a person. I'm never below a person. Look at everybody this way. Because, like, I'm human, yo. And I'm just cool about that shit. Like, I ain't never going to feel like I'm above no one. I work hard as a motherfucker.
Yes, you do.
But other than that, like, nah, like, it is what it is.
That's, I was coming down York Road one day, and I was right there at York Road in Cold Spring, and looked over, and who the hell do I see? Skarr. I'm like, Skarr! He was like, big smile on his face, and I was like, oh, I made him happy, because he smiled at me, so seeing me made him happy, so that made me happy, I had to at least make myself feel good that day, so, but like, I don't know if you were tuned in when I first talked to him.
I was tuned all the way in. Frying chicken for the kids. I was tuned all the way in.
But, like, and I know, like, I don't mean to embarrass you or the admiration. The admiration, like I said, this was very important for me. Beyond, it being important for Hard Body Radio to have, Skarr Akbar on here. It was for me because I've been wanting to have you on the show, just like I've been wanting to have Ogun on the show.
He's probably mad at you. He probably wanted me to be his first guest.
Hey, I'm a team player.
Right. Because every time I have somebody on the show, Cop was like, "Yo, Lisa, I'm gonna need that music. Lisa, I'm gonna need that music. We need to have some guests in here." And I'm like, I just reach out to people. Like I said, I was like, I didn't know if you were gonna be available or not because I know, sometimes.
Right. Because like he said, he don't call nobody twice. Like he said.
Right.
Now look, I met him came in contact with him this time on the Humbug because I'm very technically inclined. You know what I mean? On some fire stick shit. Y'all need to get with me. You know what I mean? But look, so I said, I got a show now, whatever. So he said, he asked me, "Hey man, when you going to have me on the show?" I said, "When you want to do this, man, just holler at me." Now, I see the man moving, man.
Right.
He never called him.
And I never called him.
Well, I hit him in the inbox and I was like, didn't know if you were busy, because like I said, there's certain people, I've asked people to be on my show and then they back out last minute and then I'm sitting there going, don't nobody want to hear me talk for fucking 2 hours.
I like I told you before, I have a problem with letting people down. I've been let down so much in my life that I don't give a fuck about shit. I'm like, whatever. But I don't like to actually let people down. Like if someone reaching out to me, that means they depend on me to come, and I'm going to show the fuck up. That's just something I got in my head. I just hate.
And see, that's me too. And people tell me I'm too nice.
I just don't like it. I try to be a man of my word. Like if I say I'm gonna do something, I gotta do it. I don't give a fuck what it is, unless I'm dealing with my children.
Right, and that's why when you said you were dealing with something with your family, I was like, well, that's fine. My thing was whenever you could get here, I was understandable.
No, I was coming though.
But like I said, and to me it was kind of last minute because I'm booked through November right now, and then
excuse me. You lucky you got in here, Skarr. But I'm booked till November.
No, because this for some reason my thing is this date has been left open since September, and I didn't know why I had left it open. I didn't reach out to anybody about the date. I was just I was like, well, who am I going to have on? I need to get somebody on. I'm not even, I just blanked out. And I was like, yo, let me ask Skarr because the project and everything. And, and then I said, Florida, I was like, yeah, okay, this all kind of coincides. This is cool. It's kind of motion. So I was like, yeah. So it was kind of like kismet, it was
that's
fate.
That's the second joint I dropped off that. I dropped the Doubt of the Reason joint, the song to Rockefeller before that. I just be having fun. I
think that's the reason why, because you're doing it for you.
Yeah, it's no pressure. It's no rush. It's wake up. What video should I shoot today? Or should I make a video today? Should I write a song? Should I make another fucking album? Should I just drop a single and do a video? So I talk to myself,
right?
In third person all day, do what makes you happy.
I talk to myself all the time too, and people think they're like, you shouldn't talk to yourself. Like, why? At least I answer myself and give myself some good answers.
It's a lot of people in my head, so we have it going on.
And I think
pretty much.
And I think it's like I said, the whole longevity thing. I think that's why, because I've seen artists who they do this. Some of the best artists I've seen. They're like, I'm like, when are you going to do, when are you going to do something? They're like, I don't even want to do this anymore. I'm like, why? You're great at it. I'm like,
Most people not getting the appreciation or respect and love or support that they think they deserve,
right?
Whatever, but that's why they give up. I be looking at that shit fuck everybody. I'm going to do it. As long as I got one good fan that fucks with me heavy, okay, cool. I have a fan, man. I keep telling you, this dude, my man Chris. If I say I'm gonna make an album, he sends me $100.
I see him on Facebook.
And he's a big. He's from the United Kingdom. He's a big fan of hip hop, comics, dope shows. He's one of the great people. He's the person I was talking about that when it came to that album right there.
Right.
Like he told, like it saved his life.
I just had a flash in my head of something. I might just hold that and say it off air because I don't want nobody else stealing that idea. But he probably already had the idea. But anyway,
write it down. I be saying shit in my notes like I forget shit quick.
Yeah, me too. But this is like, it was just something that you just said, and it was just like something that flashed in my head. And I think that it's probably something that you've already thought of anyway, because I know your mind probably is like mine and races like 500 miles per hour, even some days even faster than that. Like it's just zip, 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 zip.
That's why I barely sleep.
Hey, I'm right there with you. Of course, I was in Philly last night getting a big ass. I was eating Latino food. I got a big damn dumbass stuff from Max's last night. I ate like a quarter of it today, and I was like,
I can't wait to go back to Philly. I missed that motherfucker.
I'm going up there next Thursday to go karaoke, but I'm not karaokeing. That's what I said.
Is that a word?
No. It is a Lisa word. Karaokeing. I'm not karaokeing. So I told my homegirl, I said, I'll ride up there with you, but I'm not karaokeing unless you get me drunk. I don't drink like that. But I think that's, like I said, I think that's why you, with the music thing, is because you're doing it for you. And that's what I've told artists. You know, I don't claim to be any kind of, Sonny Brown called me a prophet one time because I was talking to him on the phone. And that's when I first came in the scene, and I was telling him about, you know, what some of these artists need to do. And he was like, Lisa, you're a prophet. I said, no, I'm not. And then I finally told him, I said, I went to school, I said, for general business, but it was for marketing and advertising. You as an artist are a commodity. You are a product. You have to market and advertise yourself. And a lot of these artists weren't doing that at the time, and a lot of them still don't do it. Mm-hmm. And they don't understand the concept of marketing and advertising themselves and spending money on doing such things, like getting good covers for their mixtapes or albums from Skarr Akbar, or somebody who actually does this for a living, and not having their homeboy do it with Photoshop, and he doesn't know the shit what he's doing, and your head's this big and the body's this small, and or getting somebody to engineer it, or actually spending money. Yeah. But like you said, at the time when you learned all the things that you did, was because you couldn't afford it or whatever.
I couldn't afford it, and I hated. I'm not a person. I hate waiting for people to do shit for me. Like I was like, all right, fuck you. Because I'll learn. Yeah. Like fuck you. I'll learn. I'll get it, and I'll try my best to make it good. Right. That's how I started, and I still don't know everything about Photoshop, but I'm good enough to make some dope ass shit. Yes, you do. Because like I said, some of that I'll be looking at it and be like, that's gotta be Skarr shit. And look, and there's a logo. It's like, yep, it's Skarr's. Because it looks like it's. I don't even try. Like I do my little collage program. Yeah. A little Wondershare collage program, and that's all I do. I make my little collages. I used to make collages back in the day for artists or whatever. But I just do this shit fast. I don't know. Like I don't know. It's just passion. When you're passionate about something, you just don't. It's not an actual job to you.
Right. That's like my pictures. Like people get on me all the time about, Lisa, you done took like 1,000 pictures at that event. And I was like, yeah, and I gotta go through all of them too. Yeah, you gotta find them. And like I like what I do. Like I don't even know how many pictures I took at your show. I don't know. I can't remember. But what I started doing was at certain shows, I would start taking this artist and putting it in this folder, because that way people were like, well, where are the pictures at? And I'm like, they're on my Baltimore Paparazzi page. Duh. And then I was like, yo, look, let me make it even simpler for you.
Upload the whole folder.
Here's your folder. Here's your folder. Here's your folder. But like, before, like with shows like yours where you're the headliner, like I put like 200 pictures of this, 200, and then until I got to yours, and then all yours would be in one place, But then I just got to be, because people were getting on my nerves about, well, where I can't find the pictures, I can't.
Well, you ain't paid for this shit. Shut up.
Thank you. Thank you. Then of course, then it was like, Lisa, why you put the watermark across my face? I said, because you didn't pay for it. You want to pay?
I told you one day I was going to make you another watermark.
That summer jam that I made up. I made a post about it, and the person that made.
You never followed back up. You never reminded me.
I know. I be doing stuff too. You know, I got them kids in my house. You know, I mean, yeah, I got a 22-year-old, a 19-year-old, 3-year-old. Huh? Because this right here, this to me was more important than yeah.
It's all good.
This is more important because I got to sit across from you and talk to you and have a conversation.
That's what's up.
I mean, we've had conversation before, but it was been like at shows and stuff.
You big time.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Was he in your basement chopping it up with you about comic books?
Are you jealous because he's here?
Nah.
Yo, he made sure to come in here and tell me, yeah, Skarr.
And I got one for you. We'll talk all
He was dropping your name, you know.
Yeah, and they try to treat me like I ain't no. No, when I was 3D, Skip tried to teach me. But where he at? I said, I don't know where he at. I don't know where he at. But you know what I mean?
That's like I said, Skip was on the page. He was like, I can't believe that he's coming. I was like, why? I just asked him. That's all I had to do.
I know people used to think I was a myth. Like people never seen me, just heard of me.
Mm-hmm.
They used to think I was a myth. They think I really didn't exist. Like I was a fable creature.
Wow.
My brother used to tell me this shit all the time. Like, people don't really think you're a real person. What the fuck do you mean? They said they've never seen you before. They hear about you, they hear stories about you, but they've never seen you. I guess because I want to hang out type.
Right. That's like I said. Whenever you were at an event, whenever you were at the show,
some people didn't know I was there.
Right. Because like I said, at the Black Hole, you were back in the back, and like I said, like. And people think I'm crazy when I say that about how excited I got. Like the first time I seen you, the first time I talked to you, conversations I had with you, like the first time you took the camera from me and took my picture, and I was like, yo, Skarr Akbar took. I made sure I tagged him in that shit. Skarr Akbar took my picture, like because, like I said, I think it's because the legendary status. You are one of those people that you've been on 92Q, and at that point in time, that's all anybody wanted. That was the biggest dream a lot of these rappers had was, I gotta get my music played on 92Q, and I'm like, you do know that there's other radio stations.
Yeah.
You do know that there's other avenues, and that's people from upstairs. There's other avenues. There's other things that you should be focused on instead of just radio airplay. Okay, but that's your goal. Is radio airplay. That's as high as you going.
I better stop caring about that shit.
Okay. I mean, like I said, my first introduction, I was living on the Eastern Shore, I think, and I heard like Baltimore artists.
That's for the hip hop game show.
That he's supposed to be having.
I got a lot of questions. I'm trying to tell you.
He was like, who wants to go up against Miss Lisa? I said, I don't know nothing about it now.
I'm trying to tell you.
Then I'll be talking off his, like he'll be sitting here with his live facing him, and I'll be standing over there, and like he'll be asking me questions, and I'll be talking, and I'll be like, and just so y'all know, I'm white, so.
So this is the button that's for you when you win.
We got I don't know what we're gonna use that for, but we got 2 buzzers.
No, I thought about this one.
Oh, that's 3D shit.
We gonna figure that out.
Then we got this thing over here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you got sound effects and shit. How the hell you know which one is what? It says
it on there, but I can't read that shit because I'm blind as shit.
Hey, I would like to chime in while I'm here, and this man is sitting right here. He said something. That's nice, cowboy. Hey, he said something that I say on a daily basis, but when I say it, I'm a hater.
What did I say?
No. You told the truth. What you said was, there's a bunch of watered down, bunch of bullshit going on. What the fuck was that?
That was the drum roll.
Bunch of balls, bunch of, like, it's a popularity contest out there. I already said that. And it's like, a lot of should be trash. Listen, I don't think the prerequisite to me supporting you is being from here. A lot of people say, that's the only thing supporting. No. If you trash, you trash.
Right.
It's kind of if you trash, you trash.
I've always said that. I always told people, I said, once you get your core fan base here, that's all you need. Not everybody is going to support you. Not everybody's going to like your music. You get your core fan base, and then you broaden out. Now you can broaden out before you even get your core fan base, because the internet is so accessible and other places are so accessible.
Like me and 3 had a debate the other day, because 3 was saying, yeah, the days of cash rules everything around, we ain't coming back around, and we need to stop being old man rappers. And I said, well, look, I'm 36. I can't relate to that shit.
Right.
I'm not mad if you getting it, get it, and I applaud you. I don't have to support you.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't.
Thing is, if you gonna only talk about women and selling drugs and getting money, what the fuck is that? Like, come on, man. Like, what else is it that's going around you? Like, I'm tired of hearing this shit. Like, the average person that gets up 9 o'clock in the morning, go to fucking work, punch a clock, can't enjoy that shit.
Yeah.
Now, the average hustler, okay, cool, he can relate to it. The average person that works, and more people work and more people hustle. A lot of people that say they hustle, not hustling.
Right.
At all. You getting tennis shoe money.
Thank you.
But,
and some music, I appreciate, like Pusha T, for instance.
Love him.
Hey, I was in my kitchen, thought I was cooking up the other night. You know what I mean?
Pusha T got a lot of substance, though. It's not all about that. He bounces around, but
he do.
He's not a kingpin drug dealer. He's a drug dealer.
Yeah.
He's not talking about you moving a bunch of bricks.
You know what I used to hate when I had showcases, when I was doing shows at 5 Seasons? Okay, the way that I did it was I gave you 15 tickets, you give me $75, and you keep the other $75. We split the ticket sales, because I had to pay Solomon, I had to pay my host, had to pay my DJ, had to pay my door person, had to pay my daughter, who was my production person. Yeah, I had a production person, which most of these promoters don't have, and they don't know what that is. That's why my shows ran as smooth as they did. But I hated when I had these artists who stood on that stage talking about they got this, they got that, they drive this, they drive that, they got money, they got this, and then they sit there telling me, oh, I'm waiting for my friend, they got to give me the rest of the money. It's $75. You ain't got $75 to give me? That's all I want? But you talking about you doing this, that, and the third. I can't, like, I just can't deal with the whole facade of things. And people are like, oh, it's now it's just music, it's just music.
Yes.
But you're also influencing people who are hearing it, and I guess maybe that's come with my age too. I had a conversation with a Uber driver one night, and he was like, he can't even listen to like all that the whole gangster rap and stuff. He said, because it's like, it's an influence. He said, like, he felt the way it made him feel, like he was going to do this, that, and the third. And I understand that, but at the same time,
because sometimes I swear to God, I used to drive around listening to DMX and Mobb Deep and MOP, and she got real in a couple of them episodes, but it was different though. Like,
right. Just like the song Annie Up. Play that in the club? Oh, hell no.
That's why all these kids listen to the shit they listen to when they 15-year-old dope fiends.
Right.
Because that's what all the music promote. Yeah. You think people our age.
First of all, Future says Miley Percocet, so he don't even take none of them drugs.
Right. But why did he do it?
For the
popularity.
That's what's going on.
Right. Popularity. It all comes right back to what you said.
We was at the other building. I had an artist on. No name, no blame. This is my man's son. But I had an artist on. I'm like, well, man, who your favorite MCs and blah, blah, blah. He said, man, I ain't really with all the words. He's an artist.
He ain't with all the
words.
I ain't really with all the wordplay. It's about getting lit. So I said, it ain't nobody who inspired you to do whatever. Man, it's just about feeling lit. So I said, if somebody tell you they don't like what you're saying, or they say your words is trash, that don't mean nothing to you. Man, it's just a feeling I'm trying to present. I'm looking at him like, are you high now? Like, you know what I mean? Because No, for real. Because I'm like this. You know what I mean? I'm a working man. I work. I had what's I'm talking about Apollo. Like, what is it? Dreams of Grand? I forgot what they call it. When you once upon a time see yourself doing something.
Yeah.
So I'm like this. I live life like, you know what I mean. I'm pushing 40.
I done pushed past 40.
Yeah, I'm pushing 40. I'm a working man. I do what I do. That doesn't mean that I'm unskilled at doing other things.
Right.
And that's what I tell the young, like, man, you might want to, whatever, oh man, you washed up. No, no, I ain't washed up. It's just that I know as far as me being out here in my time, man, that's past. You know what I mean? I let that go a long time ago. But I can do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I'm like, and I see the people I look up to, him, boss man, I'll run up on you. Yo, listen to this, whatever. If they would have told me, hey, that beat's serious, but your words is trash, I'd have stopped. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody ever told me, hey man, my motherfucker might say, hey, you might need to put more feeling in it.
Right.
But the choice of words you choose, hey man, you're on point. I can live with that.
And you never once called them a hater because they gave you constructive criticism.
Now listen,
criticism.
It's certain people
advice
who do it. Advice is advice, and criticism is criticism. But there are certain people who do it who can't tell me shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's not to say that they may not be right. It's just that, did you hear your last shit?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
This man got the hell legs to stand on. You know what I'm saying? Because if he didn't, I wouldn't seek him out for this shit.
Right.
You feel me?
And that's why, like, I've seen, like I said, I have Scholarship Chick, and on here, and I listened to it earlier, and just to see where that song, where it was.
It's a great fucking song.
Yes, and it's like you said, it still gets played. Mm-hmm. So you have music that is timeless. But the evolution that from that song to like Florida Evans, like you can see the growth in there. You know what I mean? At least I can, and then that's what I look for. Like I was talking about those artists who were here and they just keep doing the same shit. You always, like I said earlier, you always do something and then you go, what can I do different? And you go to the next level. And you're like, okay, well, I did that. Well, what can I do next? So then you go something else. Like I said, the Jackpot video. Jackpot video was, people was like, this is a video or a movie? What is this?
It felt like a movie. Right.
Because when you came out with what was it? It was Stars and Comp. And
yeah, a couple of them dudes.
Yeah, they was all, because Stars come out with the gun. I was like, man, put that shit down.
Put that shit from me.
But like, that's why I said, like, and that's why I myself, if don't nobody else say it, I'm gonna say it. To me, you are legendary status, especially in a music scene that I don't think they appreciate. They really appreciate the artist. They really don't appreciate themselves, because Baltimore should be at another level. This music, I've been in this music scene, like I said, 2006. Came in 2008 taking pictures and stuff, and I'm like, we're still not, like, I'm telling kids on Poplar Grove in Winchester, y'all need to listen to local artists. Who you talking about? Mully Man? Boss Man? They whack, they this, they that. And I'm like, no, there's other artists. One of those kids that used to come get ringtones from me ended up doing my shows. He ended up doing my shows. And he was like, I used to come and get ringtones, but I used to come and get instrumental CDs from you too. He was like, and that's how I started. I said, I touched one person. I've touched one person. That's good. So I mean, I felt I achieved, so yeah. And I have achieved in my interviews as well, because I have Skarr Akbar on. I've talked to you, I've had a conversation with you. He looks like he's about ready to go to sleep.
That long drive.
Yes, I know. So.
No crack your Starburst.
Oh.
Yo, want some? Yeah. I brought you a pack just to get some.
No, well,
I wanted like 2.
Hold up. Gummy bears.
Quick question for you in the interview. All right. Let's just say, I get a contract in company. We got a mountain, we building it. Mount B.O.M.B. Talked to you about that one time. You might not remember. Like Mount Rushmore. You on it. Smash on it. Who else on it?
That's the only person I care about. I don't know. You pick them.
Really?
Smash.
How many people know Mount Rushmore?
4.
4.
Oh, well, that ain't hard. Well,
yeah.
People.
That's you, Smash, Boss Man for me, and
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
That's what I was saying about longevity and whatnot.
I don't know. There's a lot of artists that I fuck with.
Right.
All right, I do this. I'ma say me, Smash, Ooh, and Los.
Okay.
What?
No.
You about to say what? What you about to do?
No, I want to put Los on. I want to put Los as my last one on the joint.
Okay. That's hard though, yeah?
I agree. I definitely...
Hey, draw that.
Draw it?
Draw that.
That's easy.
I agree with Ooh, most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Los. I just seen that there was a video or something that somebody had shared. I think it was his.
Mm-hmm.
But Los has got. I'm gonna tell you. I was at the show. It was the Royce the 5'9" show at Sonar, and Los was performing, and there were some dudes, some white guys standing behind me, and they were talking. And so I was talking to them. They were from Buffalo, New York.
I know. They roll over down to see him.
And they were leaving. They didn't care about Royce. They just come down here to see Los. I was at Soundstage the first time I seen Los at Soundstage. They drove 4 hours to see him. And I was like, okay.
Did he chop it up with him after the fact?
I have no idea.
No.
I have no idea. But my thing is, he's one of those artists that's from here. I remember Los from Mondawmin parking lot. Los. You know what I mean? Freestyling in Mondawmin parking lot on video and stuff. That's the Los I remember. So when I see Los on stage with 20 motherfuckers standing behind him, and I'm like, why? Okay.
They only do that when they're in town.
Right.
I got up on Los late. I remember from that.
Right.
I remember Boss Man from passing out the CD out the flea market. I remember first time I ever heard his name was Rat Attack. Skarr, speaking of Skarr, first time I ever heard his name was Rat Attack. What was the Trice Room? You had any songs with him?
I had one.
And I believe that might have been where I heard, but the next time I heard his name is when he had, what was that joint? It was the men dudes arguing about it. Long time. Get right with it.
Oh, it's going over the Kanye West beat?
He made it. That's what he made it, Joe.
No. Yeah. Yeah, he made it. Yeah.
See,
that made so much music.
I got drunk.
No, I'm sorry. The one over the Kanye West beat would be The Facts.
It's two of them, though. It's two Kanye West beats.
I would say that Cabo is
the one that's my joke.
I would say that Cabo is a very, very dedicated fan.
Them Kanye West beats was exclusive, though. I took them from Los. I still got the CD somewhere in the house. Which one they sent them beats to you? He ain't know what to do with them.
So you took care of them for him?
Sure did. Still some more on it. A lot of people first beats are on there.
You may need to send those back, man.
I'm going rap bowls.
Help them out.
Like, you know you made this, right? Good music.
I know, and I appreciate you coming through. I really do. It means the world to me. You know, you mean the world to me. Like I said, that's why I said, I told people you want to tune in because you don't know. You wait till you hear what I gotta say, because I do have that admiration for you. Like I said, as an artist, but as a person.
Thank you.
You know, some people they don't separate the two. And I see both of those. So I appreciate you coming through. Before you leave, we're getting a picture together because I don't think we got any pictures together.
Yeah. He is something like the man. I mean.
So I thank you all. I thank you all for tuning in. I can't remember who I'm having next week. I think it's about the wrestling event that we're having at Gentleman 10. It's wrestling along with local hip hop artists and I think a rock band also. I got the flyer. I got the flyer on my Baltimore Paparazzi page. I'm not a sponsor, but I will be having some people coming here. I have no idea. Don't get me lying.
They really wrestling there. Ain't no made up shit.
So I will see you all next week. Yeah, December the 9th I won't be here because I will be in New Orleans. Yes, I will. Yeah, I'm telling you all that now because I'm super excited. My birthday's the 7th. Yes. So y'all tune in next week. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Skarr, for coming. Cabo, thank you for coming in and talking to. Yeah, I'm gonna end it out with my favorite song. So yeah, peace. Gotta turn it down. It'd be loud as shit.